Hey guys, what's up? It's Ian the Gamer here, back with another video. So today I will talk about my top 5 characters that I want to see become playable heroes in Marvel Rivals. I've made some ability concepts and images for some of the heroes to break it all down for you guys. It's going to be fun. So with that being said, let's get into it. Guys, our first character on this list is Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, the pumpkin thrower himself. He is my most wanted character in this game. Spider Man is already in this game, and he is his arch nemesis, so it would be a crime if he wasn't added into this game at some point. And besides all that, his abilities, I think, could work well in this game. Might be able to be a strategist, and here's a concept design that I drew of him. I tried to stick with the comic accurate look, but I modified it to make it look like armor, and I gave him the cape. And here's some abilities that I made for him. So his primary left click could be called Pumpkin Chaos. So basically, it's just him throwing the pumpkin bombs, but with a twist. The smoke and the impact of the bombs could deal damage to enemies but heal allies. So his team up is called Arch Nemesis. It's, of course, with Spider Man, his best friend. I named it that because of that reason. So this one's kind of similar to the Spidey Squirrel Girl team up. So Green Goblin could throw a pumpkin bomb, and at the right time, Spider Man could catch it and web throw it at the other team. Here's a concept that I drew from Spider Man's perspective. Ult could be called Goblin Overload, and it would be a combination of two abilities being used at the same time. His primary fire and glider tech ability, dealing extra damage to enemies and extra healing to allies. It could deal extra damage to enemies and extra healing to allies. So his other abilities are pretty much straightforward. Goblin Regeneration is him healing himself on low health. Glider Tech is two unit beams coming from the glider. Goblin Hurl is him throwing his glider while hovering. And Goblin Speed is him flying fast on the glider like Iron Man and Human Torch. Next character on this list is another fan favorite Spider Man villain. It is Carnage. I think we need another symbiote character, and Carnage is the next most popular, next to Venom, who's already in the game, and is Carnage's father in the comics. I think the dynamic between them would work well and make for some funny pre match interactions. So I think he would work best as a duelist in the game. Here is his concept drawing, here are his abilities. So his primary fire is Symbiote Fury. Basically, he swipes at enemies with his tendrils. Team up. His team up is called Doppelganger. Basically, he bonds with Spider-Man like in the 90s show and takes control of him. Assuming symbiotes and humans can bond with others while being separated, and if Carnage is just a separate entity and Cletus Cassidy is not involved. So this will give Spider-Man a damage boost and combine their move sets. Now, his ultimate ability could be called Let There Be Carnage, where Carnage bonds with them to become Carnum, which would combine their abilities like in the Spider Man team up, giving them both a damage boost. So, for his other abilities, he can copy Venom's abilities as a passive. He can gain bonus health like Venom and shapeshift through type areas. So, for this one, we're going to shift away from Spider Man characters and villains for a bit. So since we are getting Ultron at the end of the month, I think Vision could be a good character, but let's switch it up and make him a Vanguard. So here's the concept art and abilities. As you can see, he can shoot unit beams. Also has a charge punch, kind of like the Thing. His ult allows him to create a beam that revives the whole ally team, but instantly kills enemies on sight that are in range. So our number 4 is another character that appeared in Age of Ultron, Quicksilver. I think he would work well as a support character. So here's the concept picture and abilities. So for his attacks, he can punch enemies like Iron Fist and use his super speed. For his ult, he can use his speed to destruct the map, kind of like Psylocke's ultimate. His other abilities allow him to heal, and I even gave him a team up with Magneto and Wanda. And so his last ability is a passive, so I call it Slipstream. When Quicksilver uses his Speedy Gonzalez, ability, he leaves behind a slipstream that heals allies. So our fifth and final hero is another Spider-Man villain, the Lizard. I think he could be a good Vanguard character. He could play like Hulk. So what I mean is he could start out as Dr. Connors, and his ult could turn him into the Lizard. So while in human form, Kirk could shoot enemies with lizard DNA, which could briefly turn them into lizards. Lizard's ult allows him to shed his skin and get bigger, kind of like in Spider-Man 2. His other attacks could allow him to use his claws to hit enemies. And the last one allows him to stun enemies like Venom with his roar. So guys, that wraps up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe. It would be much appreciated. I have a lot more wonderful content planned for you guys in the near future, and you don't want to miss it. But one thing I do need to tell you guys about, if you made it this far, I am leaving for surgery at the end of this month, so I won't be able to post for about a month or two, but I'll try to post short, so until then. See you later, though. Yeah, looks like we're...
I must resist. Pulse charge, fire. Focus on the battle. That almost hurt. That was unusually set. Another epic victory.
Oh wow, yeah.